Hello student, this is Latif sir. Today I'll discuss about the fourth chapter of ICSC class 7th chemistry. The topic is atomic structure. In this chapter you have to read about atoms, molecules, radicals, valencies, molecular formula, etc. In the previous chapter, you have already studied about atoms and molecules. So, what is an atom? Atom is the smallest particle of an element. And in the previous chapter, you have already studied that elements are four types: metals, non-metals, metalloids, and inert gases or noble gases. The atoms of few elements called noble gases such as neon, helium, argon, krypton, these are chemically inert and exist independently in free state. And atoms of rest of the elements are not chemically inert and hence exist in a combined state. So only noble gases exist independently in free state, and all the other elements in the periodic table, there you have studied that in periodic table there are almost 118 elements are arranged in a tabular form. And in this periodic table you have seen in previous chapter that some noble gases which exist independently and they are chemically inert, and most of the elements are chemically reactive, are not chemically inert, they are reactive elements, and hence they exist in a combined state. The properties of an element depends upon the atoms constituting it. The properties of an element depends upon the atoms constituting it. Consider the element of iron. All the atoms of iron are alike, and when come in contact with water and air undergo rusting. Similarly, all the atoms of oxygen elements are alike or are same, and so are those of gold and diamond. Hence, atoms are the basic building unit of matter. So, what are building units of matter? Answer is atoms. In the figure 4.1, here some atoms and some molecules given. In the left side, it is given that 3 hydrogen atom and 2 hydrogen molecule. 3 hydrogen atoms are separated from each other, but in case of 2 hydrogen molecule, each hydrogen molecule consists of 2 hydrogen atom. They are attached by chemical bond. In the right hand side, you can see 3 oxygen atoms are separately they are separated, and in the uh, 2 oxygen molecule, you can see each oxygen molecules. In each oxygen molecule there are 2 oxygen atoms and they are chemically combined. That is chemical, they are attached or they are joined by a chemical bond. Okay, so atoms combine to form molecules. From this figure you can conclude that atoms combine to form molecules. The physical and chemical properties of matter depends upon the type of atoms it is composed of. The physical and chemical properties of matter depends upon the types of atoms it is composed of. and atoms take part in a chemical reactions, and atoms are neither created nor destroyed in a chemical reactions. So the smallest part of an element is is an atom. An atom take part in chemical reaction, and atoms are neither created nor destroyed in chemical reactions. Okay, and the atoms are the basic building units of matter. These are four conclusion about atoms. Okay, now molecules. What is a molecule? Molecule is the smallest unit consisting of an atom or a group of atoms into which an element or a compound can be broken without any change in its chemical nature. So molecule can exist as a single atom, or sometimes it exists as a group of atoms. Okay, so the smallest unit consisting of an atom or a group of atoms into which an element or a compound can be broken without any change in its chemical nature is called a molecule. And a molecule can exist independently. Molecule can exist independently, and it is made up of one or more atoms. For example, all noble gases exist as a single atoms. Like neon, helium exist as a single atom molecule. So for neon, helium, argon, for this molecule, they consist of only one atom. But hydrogen, oxygen, chlorine, these molecules consist of two atoms. Okay. Now, representation of a molecule. A molecule of an atom of an element can be represented by a chemical formula. A molecule of an element can be represented by a chemical formula. A chemical formula of an element represents the number of atoms present in one molecule of that element. A chemical formula of an element represents the number of atoms present in one molecule of that element. For example, CO2. CO2, carbon dioxide, chemical formula of carbon dioxide is CO2, which consists one carbon atom and two oxygen atom. Molecules of elements may consist of a single atom. I have already told molecules of element may consist of a single atom of that element or more than one atoms of that element. Now, atomicity. What is atomicity? I have already told that some element, as molecules of some element can exist as a single atom, and molecules of some elements can exist as a combination of more than one atoms. Okay, that is group of atoms. Now, atomicity is the number of atoms present in one molecule of an element. Atomicity is the number of atoms present in one molecule of an element. Molecules of elements such as helium, neon, argon, that is noble gases, molecules of noble gases contains a single atom each, and therefore they are known as monoatomic element. So those molecule contains only one atom, or exists a single atom, they are called monoatomic element. Again, molecules of elements such as hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, chlorine, all these molecules contain two atoms. Therefore, they are known as diatomic elements or diatomic molecules because they contain two atoms. And molecules of elements such as phosphorus, sulfur, they contain three or more atoms and they are known as polyatomic elements. In the figure 4.2 shows a triatomic molecule. 4.2C is a triatomic molecule, 4.2B is a diatomic molecule, and 4.2A is a monoatomic molecule which contains only one atom. Diatomic molecules contains two atoms and triatomic molecules contain three atoms. A molecule of an element is represented by its chemical formula. So in this figure table 4.1, here it is representation of elements. Uh, there are four column elements, atomicity, symbol, and chemical formula. First, elements: helium, neon, argon. These elements are monoatomic molecule, monoatomic elements, and their symbols are helium. Symbol of helium is He. Symbol of neon is Ne. Symbol of argon is air, and their chemical formula is also same. He, his chemical formula of helium is He. Chemical formula of neon is Ne. Chemical formula of argon is Ar. Now next, hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. These are diatomic molecule. That is their atomicity is 2. And symbol of hydrogen, that is symbol of hydrogen atom is H. But symbol of chemical formula of hydrogen molecule is H2. Chemical formula of nitrogen molecule is N2, but symbol of nitrogen atom is N. And for oxygen, symbol is O, but for chemical formula of oxygen molecule is O2. Similarly, for ozone is a triatomic molecule, that is atomicity is 3, and ozone is also a molecule of oxygen atom which contains 3 oxygen atom. That's why the chemical formula of ozone is O3. Chlorine is a diatomic molecule, for chemical formula is Cl2. Phosphorus is a polyatomic molecule because it contains more than 3 atom. So atomicity of phosphorus is 4 and chemical formula of phosphorus molecule is P4. And sulfur is also a polyatomic molecule, that is atomicity is 8, octatomic molecule, and symbol of sulfur is S, but chemical formula of sulfur molecule is S8. Now valency. What is valency? Valency is the combining capacity of an atom of an element. Valency is the combining capacity of an atom of an element. Valency is a whole number. Valency is a whole number. For example, in case of methane, formula is CH4. The valency of carbon is 4 because carbon is attached with 4 hydrogen atom. Okay. So valency is the number. Valency is the number, is a whole number. Now elements with valency of 1 are known as monovalent element, and elements with a valency of 2 known as divalent element, and elements with a valency of 3 are known as trivalent element, and those with a valency of 4 are known as tetravalent elements, and those with a valency of 5 as pentavalent. So if valency of an element is 1, then the elements is known as monovalent. If 2, then element, if valency of an element is 2, then the element is known as divalent. If valency 3, then trivalent. If valency 4, tetravalent. If valency 5, then the element is known as pentavalent element. And many elements, uh, for example, iron, copper, these elements have more than one valency. They can, many element can show more than one valency. And elements with more than one valency are represented by the symbol of that element followed by the valency in capital Roman numerals in bracket. That is, uh, how to represent the elements with variable valency. You have to write the symbol of that element first, then you have to give a bracket. Within the bracket you have to write the valency of that element in Roman number. Okay, for example, iron can show two valency. Iron, two valency of iron is plus 2 and 3. So how to represent the two valencies of iron? One is Fe2 and another is Fe3. So Fe within bracket Roman 2, and for Fe3 you have to write Fe iron, symbol of iron is Fe, and within bracket you have to give 3 in Roman number. Okay. Now in the table 4.2, some common elements and their valencies are given. So see the 4 column: elements, valency, elements, valency, and next elements, and again valency. So elements: hydrogen, valency is 1, uh, carbon, valency is 2 and 4. So carbon can show two valency, one is 2 and another is 4. Nitrogen has 3 valencies, 2, 3 and 5. Okay, these are actually called variable valencies. Some elements can uh, exhibit more than one valencies, and this phenomena is known as variable valency. Nitrogen has 3 valency, 2, 3 and 5. Oxygen has 2, oxygen has valency 2. Fluorine valency is 1. Sodium valency is always 1. Magnesium valency is always 2. Aluminium valency is always 3. Okay, silicon valency is 4. Phosphorus valency 3 and 5. Phosphorus can show 2 valency. Sulfur can show 3 valency, 2, 4, 6. Chlorine has valency 1, 3, 5, 7, 4 valencies. Potassium always valency fixed, and the value of valency of potassium is 1. Calcium always fixed valency, always the valency of calcium is 2. Iron has 2 valency, 2 and 3. Copper has 2 valency, 1 and 2. Zinc has 1 valency, and this is 2. And lead has 2 valency, 2 and 4. Okay, so you have to remember the valencies of some elements, their names, and their valencies. Okay, thank you.